Listeners, I'm Robin Blythe. It's All About Healing podcast. We have a special guest with us today who I'm very excited to talk to, Sharon Wells. She's been a poet for, you said, how long, Sharon?
For 30 years.
For 30
Oh,
years. So I am super excited to get into this story. So, Sharon, tell us a little bit about yourself and what started you with getting started with poetry.
okay. Well, I've been writing, like I said, for over 30 years, and writing has always been therapeutic to me. So, since I was probably a teenager, I would always write down my thoughts. And I think that's just where it started. And it's just a gift. It's just a gift that I have. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what is one of your favorite poems?
one of my favorite poems, I think, is Nana's Fragile Angel because it's so close to my heart.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, initially I wrote this poem for my grandson, Desmond, who is now
Mhm.
24. At the time when Desmond was born, he was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, which is called brittle bone disease. A lot of people are not familiar with it. And we weren't either until he was born. And that's when we found out he had already had broken bones. Mother was carrying him, and he was born with two broken bones in his legs and two broken bones in his arm. And since then, he's had numerous breaks and some major surgeries. But he's doing well. He is now 24.
Hmm.
Always been in a wheelchair, but he has his associate degree in criminal justice. So I'm just so proud of him, and I love him to death.
Absolutely. I like hearing that. Wow. Interesting. So, are you able to read us that poem?
Sure, I'll read it because I don't
Okay.
because that's been 20 years ago and I've gotten older now.
Yeah.
I will read it. And like I said, even though the book has been like 20 years ago, the reason why I actually wrote the children's book was back then I couldn't find information on children with brittle bone disease. And I wanted to be able to understand why God made him special. So that was the purpose, really, of writing the book for him. So here it goes, titled
Okay.
Little Angel. Little angel with a heart of gold, you're so fragile and hard to hold. Your bones are brittle and break easily too. I have to be careful when I'm handling you. Already you've experienced anguish in your brief time of life, but your spirit of endurance radiates an awesome light. The pain that resides in your body you're unable to explain, yet the many breaks restrict you as they continually occur again. I know God placed you here for a reason, even though I may not understand why He chose you as a fragile angel from heaven. You did descend, and I still,
I love it.
20 some years ago. It just touches my heart that much. Yeah,
Yes, I love that. So you wrote an entire book.
yeah. I wrote a children's book titled "God Made Us Special" like 20 years ago. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, nice. And have you written any more books since then?
No, I have not.
Why?
I just haven't written any more books. I've done some. I published a article in the Recorder many years ago about my foster mother who had Alzheimer's, and
Mhm.
and so I published an article in that. But no, I just hadn't written anymore. I kind of, I don't know, just write the poems and just kind of put them over to the side, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, so now the writing just kind of transitioned from poems into what I do in Christian inspirational apparel. But yeah, I have a lot of poems. I used to say I was going to do like a book on poems, but you know how you say it, and some are published and some aren't. Then you just kind of put them in a folder and never go any further. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said now you transition your poetry into Christian apparel?
The Christian apparel, yeah.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about that.
So the T-shirt that I'm wearing today is the you might can see it's called "Yes, Jesus Loves Me," and it
We can't do it.
and how this came to be our signature T-shirt. The back of it has John 3:16 on the back, and
Hmm.
our signature T-shirt because when my grandson was about I want to say maybe years old, we needed to do a fundraiser for him in order to obtain a wheelchair accessible van. And
Hmm.
people may believe this and some people may not, but it's the honest to God's truth. So I was praying financially. I know we couldn't do it. So I prayed and asked God to show me the way to do it, because then I had already started doing my inspirational Christian apparel.
Yeah.
And through a dream, God gave me the vision of this shirt. Exactly how it is now is exactly how He gave me the vision. Yes, back John 3:16. So I went to my husband, who probably thought I was crazy. And then we didn't have like the like what y'all have, the internet, well, internet, but where you can promote stuff via website and all that kind of stuff. So I went to my husband. I said, I'm gonna need to use a credit card, and we ordered these shirts. And this was one of the initial colors, and we did it in purple, which I still see people wear today, 20 some years later, and go. And my living room became the distribution and our family, and we started. And within a couple of months, we had sold over 1,500 of the shirts, and that's what we used to pay down on his van. That's,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's truly inspirational.
one of my Christian apparels. The Yes Jesus Loves Me. Sometimes I'll change it up to colors. This summer I did in a limited edition hot pink, but it will forever be one of our Christian apparel shirts because it has such a special meaning behind it.
I like that. I like that so much. And so tell us a little bit about him. What is he doing? You said he got his criminal justice degree?
Criminal justice, yeah. Now my grandson is now your typical, young person. You know how y'all text and y'all don't text people back, and so that's what he is. He's
Yeah,
like doing his thing basically. Yeah, yeah, he's living.
really.
Yeah,
And now I know you said that you know Dana. So how exactly do you know my cousin Dana again?
that's how I came to know Dana. So I went to Sunday school. I mean, that's it. Now I'm gonna tell my age. So I knew
Uh,
and his dad, Deacon Dan. We all went to Christ together. So there's a lot
uh,
I have with his parents and stuff. And like I said, I used to teach Dana Sunday school. So that's how I really kind of became down the years as my I call him like my church son. So yeah, yeah. So they call me,
right.
even though Carl stands about what way over and I'm looking up, but yeah, but that's how all that came to be. I have much love for Deacon Dan and Sister Nellie, and still do for Sister Nellie. So that's
I,
how that came to be.
yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna have to talk to Aunt Jean and tell her because I make sure that they watch this. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
So, how many poems would you say that you've written over the years? Because that's fascinating.
I have written poems about pretty much everything in life. Like I told you, the one that I had sent you some of the email. Then I'm looking. I'm like, oh, I don't know if she got them. One I had written called "The Pain," and when I attended Marion College, they had
Mhm.
published that one. From I just have a few here. I just kind of pulled out. I mean, I didn't really go back into my archives about. Like, there's one. It's one of my favorites called "Immeasurable Gift." My blessings are coming. A Christian father. Where's My Child was one I wrote, but the Where's My Child I wrote, I wrote from happiness to pain, to in between.
Mhm.
So the Where's My Child came from um, my oldest son. I wrote,
Uh-huh.
so when I was dealing with some issues with him, that's where that poem came from, called Where's My Child.
Nice. Okay. And I definitely can relate because I do the same thing. Whatever emotion I'm feeling, I can kind of write a poem along with that emotion. Absolutely.
So some
I
are,
like.
some are, like you said, whatever you're dealing with a lot. And just some are just a good, well, here's the immeasurable gift. This is just a, not a happy, not a sad. It's more of I say, a good kind of poem. So
Okay, can we hear it?
it's called Immeasurable Gifts. These gifts come our way. I'm sorry. These gifts come our way each and every day, some from unfamiliar faces as we pass along the way. Many we reject because our hearts are not open to receive thoughtfulness expressed to us by a gesture, word, or deed. Lord, please help us to receive these gifts of kindness, patience, and love. No gifts can ever be measured when they're sent from heaven above.
I like it. I love it.
2001.
You
Yeah.
say you wrote that one in 2001?
2001. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you keep track of, so all your poems, do you date all of them?
Yes, I do. I do. I'm not going to remember.
Yeah. I understand that. I get it.
Of these forms. Yeah, and the
Yeah.
where's my child? That goes. I originally wrote that in 90. I think it was 98.
Hmm.
That's that pertains to my oldest son, who is now 42. I have two sons, so 42 and no, I'm sorry, 43 and 30.
So, oh, I'm sorry.
They older than I know. I get it. I older than
You say what now?
I said I'm old. I understand that. You have
Oh, no, no. No, not at all. But I just absolutely love your smile. Your smile is so bright and so inviting. I love it.
thank you.
So what else do you have to tell anyone about the journey with your grandson or just your journey in general?
Well, like I said, you never know. The gift God are different gifts. Mine
Mhm.
be writing and creativity, and then I love helping people. So you never know when you're coming along life, how things are going to kind of happen. Just to back up, fast forward on me, I was raised as a foster child, so I grew up not really knowing parents and stuff, and like
Mhm.
take it where it is, and then married, and then like you said, divorced, and then now and have two sons and four grandsons. And like I said, writing when I was going through those tough times, especially in my younger years, was just a way for me to cope, not
Yeah.
knowing that it really was going to turn out to be a gift or really be able to bless other people. You don't see a thing. I'm just looking at, okay, I need to write this down because it just release my mind. So that
Absolutely.
started out with it, and like I said, from the poems to um, when I was attending Marion, again another dream, and God gave me the inspirations to inspire, and I'm like, okay, I really didn't know at that point what that was really going to mean, and
Mhm.
I went on through school and stuff. Then it just came to me, that's what this is what you're going to start doing. So that's what I started doing. I started taking the different phrasings and stuff from say poems or just phrases that he would give me and start putting it on shirts. And I found
Yeah.
people, and I always tell people that whenever you get a t-shirt, the phrasing, it always ministers to me first. So whatever
Yep.
the shirt, like our newest one is stop, pause, and pray, and that came to me from an issue I was dealing with, not an issue, but a situation with my youngest grandson who was getting
Mhm.
ready to move to Atlanta. I was like really devastated about him moving. And
Yeah.
stop, pause, and pray. Now, sometimes when he gives me the different writings, they may sit on my desk for a year before it's time for make them known to the public. So I just never know. I just kind of when he moves, I move. So that's what
Yeah.
I look at the. And I've had some that we've changed. We've kind of changed with the times. Changed some different things now. Like one says, "No fear," hashtag faith. But initially, when I put that shirt out, it was exchange your fear for faith. So
Mhm.
I mean, that's just where it comes from. He just gives it to me, and sometimes it's meant to publish immediately. Sometimes it's just meant to just sit there for a while, and then you do it. But I just, but the creativity, the colors, and how it's done. I mean, that's just God.
Right.
I venerate it. It's a gift from God. So I can't explain it no other way because that's just really what it is. So
Yeah.
what I do, and so I enjoy vending, and we now have our website. I don't know if can I say that or.
Absolutely. Please do.
So we now have our website. So you're welcome to go and just read them. I'm not worried about you. Just read it. So www.inspirations, the number two, inspire.net. And I know it's long it gave me, y'all. I'm sorry. So it's inspire, the number two, inspire.net. And you'll see some of our apparel that we currently have out there now.
Absolutely. I'm definitely what I'm going to do is I'll also post it in the description as well. But how long have you had this company, this apparel company?
Oh, I started back in 2002.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so now Initially I started just being like my Christian personal base, but now we do it for like family reunions, churches, organizations. So now we do customized work. So we pretty much screen print and embroider. So now we do that as well. Yeah, but my personal line will always be inspirational Christian. And then what we do for other people, you'll be able to see that as well on the website. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
my passion. It's what I love to do.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. I like to hear about anyone's passion. So I'm definitely going to go to that website myself because I didn't realize that it you turned your poetry into apparel. That's very different way of looking at it. That's amazing.
Yeah. So the rest of those poems are just nice here in my little file cabinet.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Sharon. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
I appreciate you. And thank you for having me on. I thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem at all. Thank you. If you have anything else to add,
No, I think I think we covered everything.
all right. Well, again, this is Miss Sharon Wells, and everyone stay blessed.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye. Thank you.